That's Sloan saying hello. Today I'm going to lead you through a sequence to take you down into your splits pose. So for this flow, I would suggest having a yoga strap or a towel and 2 yoga blocks. You can also use something like pillows or books that are the equivalent of the size of a yoga block. So when you're ready, we'll go ahead and get started in a comfortable seat at the top of the mat. So as you're ready, go ahead and inhale those hands to heart center. And exhale to find a tuck of the chin. We'll inhale, shoulders rise. Exhale, roll them back down and away. Do that again. Inhale, shoulders rise. Exhale, roll them back down and away. One more like that. Inhale, shoulders rise. Exhale, roll them down the spine. Keep them there. This time as you inhale, push the spine forward, engage the belly lock. And as you exhale, draw the chin to the chest. I invite you now to set your intention for class. We'll seal up all our intentions with 3 breaths. First, exhale all the air out of your lungs. Inhale, fill up. And exhale, release. Again, inhale, fill up. Exhale, let it go. Last one, inhale, fill up. Exhale, send it out. You may begin to blink eyes open, first gazing toward your fingertips, and we'll roll forward onto hands and knees. Getting started in that tabletop position with wrists directly under shoulders and knees directly under hips. Go ahead and inhale, lift the chest, lift the tail, cow pose. Exhale, round and curl the spine, gaze to navel cat pose. Again, inhale, cow pose, draw the shins down into the mat. Exhale, cat pose, keep the shins drawing down into the mat. Inhale to cow pose, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, cat pose. Keep the shoulders rolling away from those ears. This time, inhale to find a neutral spine. And as you exhale, tuck the toes, pike the hips up and back for your first down dog. Maybe pedal through one knee and then the other. Begin to settle into your down dog. Your hands are still shoulder width. Your feet are hips distance. Find a comfortable distance between your hands and feet. Take an inhale, lift the heels. And as you exhale, drop them down. Do that again. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, drop them down. We'll be holding each pose for a 5 count today. Your job is to get 3 good breaths. Let's continue to warm up the spine. Please inhale, roll forward like a wave to your high plank pose, shoulders over wrists. Then exhale, bring a little bend into those knees, scoop the hips up and back, down dog. Again, inhale, roll forward like a wave, high plank. Exhale, bend knees, scoop hips up and back, down dog. Last one like that. Inhale, roll forward like a wave, high plank. Exhale, bend knees, scoop hips up and back, down dog. This time, inhale, roll forward like a wave, find your high plank. Then as you exhale, drop your knees and keep your hips lifted as you lower your chest and chin between the hands, knees, chest, chin. Inhale to slide to the belly, then peel up the head, neck, and chest for baby cobra for 3. Squeeze the elbows in tight for 2. Feel like the elbows and toes are being dragged away from you. 1, as you inhale, push into the palms, press the chest up higher, but keep a slight bend in those elbows for full cobra. Thighs are down, elbows are bent. Then go ahead and exhale through your tabletop to down dog. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. That is your knees down version of chaturanga. It's open to you throughout class today, so please take it as you need it. If you'd like to advance the transition, please inhale, roll forward to your high plank pose now. As you exhale, shift your weight 2 inches forward, then bring a 90-degree bend into your elbows. Shine the chest high here, shine the shoulders high. Then exhale all the way down if you'd like to. Inhale to upward facing dog or to cobra. In up dog, your thighs are lifted, your arms are straight. In cobra pose, your thighs are down, your elbows are bent. Exhale through tabletop to your down dog. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. Then gaze forward between your thumbs and take small steps toward your hands. Inhale, halfway lift, press your palms into your shins or thighs. Exhale, fold. Again, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, mountain pose, gaze to thumbs. Exhale, Samastiti, hands by your sides. Surya Namaskar A, sun salutations A. Inhale, arms rise, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. Exhale, plant palms, step or float back, chaturanga, knees up or knees down. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra, shine the chest through. Exhale, downward facing dog, pike the hips up and back for 5. Think about scrubbing the limbs toward one another here. 4, relax your shoulders. 3, breathe full audible breaths. 2, 1, gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step or float to the top. Inhale, halfway lift, press the palms into the shins or thighs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, mountain pose. Exhale, Samastiti, hands by your sides. Again, inhale, arms rise, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant palms, chaturanga dandasana, squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, up dog or cobra, full inhale. Exhale, down dog for 5. Set the gaze to the navel or beyond the thighs. 4, think about wrapping the elbows down toward the mat. 3, keep breathing. 2, 1, gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step or float to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, mountain pose. Exhale, Samastiti, hands by your sides. Last one. Inhale, arms rise, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant palms, step or float back, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog for 5. Think about melting the chest toward the thighs. 4, maybe you spin the inner thighs toward the ceiling. 3, it's okay to have a bend in your knees. 2, 1, gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step or float to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms rise, mountain pose, gaze to thumbs. Exhale, Samastiti, hands by your sides. Surya Namaskar B, sun salutations B, knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, find length. Exhale, plant palms, step or float back, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra, shine the chest through. Exhale, down dog. Listen for the change. Right foot steps forward between the hands. Left heel spins down at a 45-degree angle. Inhale up to the top, warrior 1. Exhale, take it down. Plant the palms, step the right foot back, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog, other side. Left foot forward, right heel down, rise up, inhale. Exhale, take it down, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog for 5. Shoulders away from ears. 4, spread the fingertips wide. 3, navel in and up. 2, 1, gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step or float to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose. Exhale, Samastiti, hands by your sides. We'll do that again. Last time. Inhale, knees bend, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, find length. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Right foot forward, left heel down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left foot forward, right heel down. Inhale to the top. Exhale, take it down, Chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. This is your last held down dog of class. For 5. Draw the navel in and up. 4. Think about drawing the eyes of the elbows forward while keeping your index finger pointing straight in front of you. 4. Keep breathing. 3. Relax your neck. 2. 1. Gaze forward, knees bend, walk, step, or float to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Knees bend, arms rise, chair pose, and hold for 5. Seat low, chest high. 4. Peek down and make sure you can see your toes. 3. Squeeze the inner thighs together. 2. 1. Exhale the hands by your sides. Option here to take your 2 blocks and bring them to hips distance so there's about a fist width of space between the blocks. Then stand up onto your blocks. We'll bring our hands to our hips here. Inhale to puff up the chest. And exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and bring your palms behind your calves here and use that leverage to help pull you deeper. For 5, breathe full. 4, relax your neck. 3, engage the abdominals to pull you deeper. 2, stay folded. 1, go ahead and keep the left leg straight, bend into the right knee. Just slightly here, get into that IT band. For 3, breathe full. For 2, relax shoulders. 1, go ahead and straighten the right leg and bend into the left knee. For 3, relax shoulders. For 2, breathe fuller. 1, go ahead and straighten both legs out. Exhale to fold. Then inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, bend deeply into your knees and plant your palms out in front of you. Bend deeply into your elbows. Go ahead and come up high on your heels here. Clamp your knees on the outside of your upper arms. Squeeze them in tight. Then begin to rock weight forward into your hands. Option for chaturanga arms here, or you can have straight arms if you'd like. Then go ahead and lift one heel up into your glute and then lift the other heel up as high as you can. Try to balance here in your Bakasana for 5. If you're not comfortable lifting, keep one foot on the ground or block. 4, exhale into a cat spine. 3, find lift in your abdominals. 2, gaze out in front of you. Your head will balance your hips. 2, squeeze the heels in higher. 1, exhale, lower down. Inhale to look up halfway. Exhale, step or jump back, chaturanga. You may want to ditch those blocks. Inhale to up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog. If you haven't moved the blocks from underneath you already, go ahead and do so now. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Spin your left heel down at a 45-degree angle. Inhale up to warrior 1 for 5. Your front knee is bent. Your back leg is straight. 4, Think about drawing the left hip forward and the right hip back. 3, navel in and up. 2, 1, exhale the hands behind the back, catch opposite elbows or take reverse prayer. Straighten out the front leg. Inhale to puff up the chest. Exhale, fold forward with a flat spine. Stop before the front knee bends for 5. Square off your shoulders to the top of the mat. 4, think chin to shin. 3, gaze to big toe. 2, 1, inhale back up to warrior 1, slight bend in the front knee. And then exhale, open to the side of the mat, star pose, arms wide, toes wide. Exhale, find warrior 1 to the back of the mat. Left knee bends, right leg is straight for 5. Ground down in the knife side edge of your back foot. 4, square up hips and shoulders. 3, right hip forward, left hip back this side. 2, 1, exhale the hands behind the back, catch opposite elbows or maybe take reverse prayer. Straighten out that front leg. Inhale to puff up the chest. Exhale, fold forward with a flat spine for 5. Think chin to shin. 4, relax shoulders. 3, ground down through the feet. 2, 1, inhale back up to warrior 1, bend into the front knee. Then exhale, cartwheel the hands down, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra, find the chest through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward between your hands. This time, come up high on your back heel, so just the toes are grounded on the left foot. Scoot the left toes back far enough that you're in a long stance. And go ahead and come to your fingertips. Inhale the chest through the arms here. Option to bring your hands to blocks. Wherever you are, make sure your stance is wide enough that your right knee stays over the right foot and the right knee does not pass the toes. Inhale here for 5, 4, gaze high, 3, lift the left quad, 2, 1. On your next exhale, straighten out the front leg as you rock your hips back, pyramid pose. Think forehead to shin here. Option to drop your back heel if you have enough calf flexibility here. Further option to walk your fingertips toward your back toes for 5. Option to bring the hands to blocks if you need more length. 4. Breathe into the right hamstring. 3. Consider flexing the quad to engage that right hamstring. 2. 1. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, draw both hands to the inside of your right foot and walk your hands toward the long edge of the mat for a wide leg forward fold. Make sure both sets of toes are turned in, both sets of heels are turned out. Inhale to look up, and then exhale, fold deeper for 5. Again, option for blocks under hands. 4. Relax shoulders. 3. Breathe full. 2. 1. Inhale, look up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold and continue to walk toward the left foot with your hands. Go ahead and spin the right heel high this time for pyramid pose. Option again to drop the right heel directly behind the toes and walk the fingertips toward the right foot for 5, For more length, bring your hands to blocks. 4, draw the navel in and up. 3, consider engaging the left quad to stretch the left hamstring more. 2, 1, rock the hips forward, bend into the left knee, walk the hands to frame out that left foot for pyramid pose. Again, come up high on your fingertips, come up high on the back heel. Option to bring the hands to blocks. Option to slide the right foot farther behind you. For 5, lift the chest high. 4, lift the right quad. 3, breathe fuller. 2, 1, exhale to ground the palms in the mat and step the left foot back, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. Then inhale the right heel high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, right knee, left tricep, cross it under. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, right knee, right tricep, gaze goes right. Inhale, right heel high. Exhale, step it through between your hands. Come up high on your fingertips. Take an exhale to engage the abdominals. Then inhale, lift on up to your high crescent lunge. Strong bend in the front knee. Back leg is straight. You're high on your back heel. For 5, think left hip forward, right hip back. 4, shoulders away from ears. 3, 2, 1. Exhale the hands to heart center and begin to launch weight into your right foot as you lift your left foot parallel to the mat for warrior 3. Find your balance here. Find one long line from your left toes to the crown of your head. Then option to extend your arms out long in front of you for a balance challenge. For 5. Find a little cat pose in your spine. For 4. Gaze in front of you on the mat. For 3. Your left leg will stay lifted for the next 3 postures. 2. Keep the left leg lifted. 1. Exhale, fold, plant the hands to frame out the right foot. Lift the left leg higher, standing split. For 5. For an added balance challenge, option to grab onto the right ankle with the hands. 4. Option to bring the hands to blocks for a little bit more stability. 3. Think about keeping the hips square here. 2. Keep that left foot lifted. 1. Prepare here. You're going to come to stand with the left knee into the chest. So on an inhale, rise up, sweep that left knee through, bring it into the chest. Once you're there, bring your right hand to your hip. You can take the left hand around the left knee and work on your balance here. Or go ahead and take big toe hold with the index and middle finger of the left hand around the left big toe. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, maybe fold over that extended leg. For 5. Breathe full here. 4. Make sure that leg does some of its own lifting. 3. Work towards straightness in the right leg. 2. 1. Inhale to look up, lengthen, extend the spine. Exhale, sweep the left foot to the left. Your gaze goes right. For 5. Think heel in, toe out. 4. Straighten out the leg. 3. Engage the abdominals. 2. 1. Inhale back to center. Exhale, maybe fold. Inhale, head, neck, and chest rises. Exhale, hands to hips. Keep the left leg lifted. Hold here for 5. Turn the toe a little in for 4. Think about rolling your thigh in a clockwise direction. 3. 2. 2.5. 1. Exhale, the left foot down next to the right. Inhale, arms rise, mountain. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant palms, step or float back, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra, shine the chest through. Exhale, down dog for the other side. Inhale, the left heel high. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, left knee, right tricep, cross it under. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, left to left, gaze goes left. Inhale, left heel high. Exhale, step it through between the hands. Come up high on the fingertips. Engage the abdominals. And then inhale up to your high crescent lunge. For 5. Right hip forward, left hip back. 4. Shoulders away from ears. 3. Keep breathing. 2. 1. Exhale the hands to heart center. Begin to shift weight into your left leg as you launch your back foot up parallel to the mat. Coming into warrior 3. Find your balance here. Find one long line from the crown of your head to the tip of your right toes. Then option to sweep your arms long behind you, airplane arms, triceps high. For 5. Keep breathing. 4. Draw the pinkies up toward the ceiling. 3. Think right hip down. 2. Remember, right foot stays lifted. 1. Exhale the hands to the mat, forward fold, right leg higher, standing split. For 5. Think about drawing the nose to the knee. 4. Option to grab onto that ankle for that added balance challenge. 3. Try to square off the hips here. 2. 1. Try to hover your right leg as you come to stand, bringing the right knee into the chest. Balance. Once you're there, bring your left hand to your hip. Again, option to take the right hand around the knee and work on your balance here. Or if you'd like to go for big toe hold, you can take the index and middle finger of your right hand, take it around the big toe of your right foot, and extend that leg long. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, maybe try to fold for 5. Breathe full here. 4. Try to square up here. 4. Navel in and up. 3. Relax shoulders. 2. 1. Inhale, head, neck, and chest rises. Exhale, right foot goes out to the right, gaze goes left for 5. Make sure that foot does some of its own lifting. 4. Think heel in, toe out. 2. 1. Inhale back to center. Exhale, maybe fold. Inhale, head, neck, and chest rises. Exhale, hands to hips. Keep the right leg lifted. Straighten it here for 5. It doesn't matter how high the leg is, it's about how straight it is. 4. Think about rotating the right thigh in a counterclockwise direction. 3. Full audible breaths. 2. 2.5. I guess 1.5. 1. Exhale the right foot next to the left. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant palms, step or float back, chaturanga. Rinse it out. Inhale to up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog. Take a full inhale and a full exhale. Step your right foot forward between your hands. Spin your left heel down. Unwind, warrior two. For 5. Your right knee is bent directly over right ankle. Your left foot is parallel to the short edge of your mat. 4. Think about opening the right knee. 3. Think about leaning back so that your shoulders are over your hips. 2. 1. Extended side angle, right forearm to right thigh or right hand outside the foot. Send your left arm long overhead toward the center of the room for 5. Breathe full. 4. Gaze to left thumb. 3. Think about rotating your left bicep in a counterclockwise direction. 2. 1. Inhale back up to warrior two. Exhale your hands to your hips. Turn your toes in and your heels out. Inhale to puff up the chest. And exhale for a wide leg forward fold. Bring the hands between the feet. For 5. Draw the navel in and up to pull you deeper. 4. Think about rotating the hips toward the ceiling. 3. Breathe full. 2. 1. Inhale to look up, lengthen. Exhale, walk your hands toward your right foot. Turn your right toes to face the short edge of your mat. Turn your left heel up for lizard pose. Both hands are on the inside of your right leg. Your left knee can be lifted or you can drop it down. You can come to your forearms or you can bring forearms to a block. For 5, find that squeeze between right arm and right leg. 4, long spine here, gaze out in front of you. 3, think about lifting the left quad high. 2, 1. Ground the palms, pop up onto the back toes if you're not already. Go ahead and toe heel your right foot out to the right edge of your mat. Then step the left foot forward to the left edge of your mat. Both feet remain firmly planted on the mat here. As you inhale the chest high, bring your upper arms to your inner thighs and help squeeze those legs open for Malasana Yogi Squat. If you have any knee or hip tension, option to place a block underneath your hips. Really play around with the distance of your feet here. If you're on the taller side, your feet will be wider. If you're on the shorter side, they'll be narrower. If you still are having knee or hip tension, option to come to a goddess pose. We're going to hold for 5. Lift the chest higher for 4. Breathe fuller for 3. 2. 1. Plant the palms, step or float back, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog for the other side. Left foot forward, right heel down, unwind, warrior two. For 5. Gaze over left middle finger. 4. Peel the left knee open. 3. Think about drawing the hips under. 2. 1. Exhale to extended side angle, left forearm to left thigh or left hand outside the left foot. Bring the right arm overhead for 5. Gaze to right thumb. 4. Rotate the right bicep in a clockwise direction. 3. Keep breathing. 2. 1. Inhale back up to warrior 2. Exhale, hands to hips. Straighten out the front leg. Turn the toes in and the heels out. Inhale to puff up the chest. And then exhale, fold forward between the feet. Option here to go ahead and plant the hands on the shins, ankles, or big toes, and use that leverage to help pull you deeper. Further option to take any inversions that are in your practice, maybe a tripod headstand or a regular headstand for 5. Keep breathing. 4, with care. 3, long spine. 2, try not to sink down into your head if you're in headstand. If you're in headstand, lower halfway. 1, go ahead and plant the feet if you're in headstand. Plant the hands wherever you are. Inhale, look up halfway. And then exhale, walk your hands toward your left foot. Turn your left toes to face the short edge of your mat. Come up high on your right heel for lizard pose. Both hands are on the inside of your left leg. Find the squeeze between left leg and left arm for 5. Always an option to drop to the back knee. 4, always an option for forearms if you took it on the other side. 3, gaze out on the mat in front of you. 2, 1, toe heel the left foot out to the left. Ground the palms wherever you are, then step the right foot forward for Malasana second time. Draw the upper arms into the inner thighs and really squeeze them open. Option to stay in Malasana or to try out your crow pose again. Maybe try to hold for another 5. Wherever you are, engage the abdominals. 4, find a lifting up through the ribcage. 3, find buoyancy in the joints. 2, 1, step or float back, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog or cobra. And exhale, down dog. Take a full inhale and a full exhale as we come into our peak pose. Inhale your right foot forward between your hands. Exhale, drop to your back knee for kneeling crescent. Keep your hands grounded while you set up your stance. Your left knee should be far enough behind you that you can feel a stretch in your hip flexors, and keep your right knee over your right foot. When you're ready, sweep the arms overhead and breathe here for 5. Think about rolling the hips under. 4, always an option to double up your mat or to take a towel or blanket over the back knee, under the back knee. 3, keep breathing. 2, maintain that gesture of left hip forward, right hip back. 1, exhale the hands to the mat, frame out your right foot. Ground the left palm next to the right foot and sweep the right arm long beside you so it's parallel to the long edge of your mat. Now take a quick peek down at that right knee. It wants to move out to the right, but don't let it. Keep that right knee over the right ankle. Option to stay in this gentle twist or to kick the left knee into your left glute and grab the inner arch of that foot. Wherever you are, keep the right knee over the right ankle for 5. Gaze behind you. 4, breathe into the twist. 3, 2, 1, inhale, unwind. Exhale, frame out that front foot and begin to rock your hips back until they're directly over your left knee. The tendency here is to rock the hips back too much, creating an acute angle between the shin and the thigh. Instead, create a right angle there by keeping the hips over the knee, then slide the right heel forward to get a straight front leg. Inhale the chest high, and then exhale the chest toward the shin. Option for blocks under your hands here. This is our half splits pose. Stay here for 3. for 2, 1, option to stay here, or to slowly sink down into full splits pose. In your full splits, keep your shoulders over your hips for now. Don't fold, just try to stay upright. For 5, think about rolling both inner thighs toward the ceiling. 4, breathe full, try to square off those hips. 3, full audible breaths. 2, 1, go ahead and slide yourself back up, bending back into the right knee. We're going to leave our left leg on the mat here. So we're sort of back in that kneeling crescent lunge position. We're going to bring both hands to the inside of the right leg. Again, keep that left knee grounded. We're coming into a runner's lunge here. So you may need to bring your hands to blocks. That's totally fine. And then toe heel your right foot out to the right edge of your mat. You can leave your left hand on a block or on the ground, and then bring your right palm to your right inner thigh. And just put some gentle pressure on that thigh to open the hip. Maybe gaze up over your right shoulder. Stay here for 5, 4, breathe into the stretch. 3, 2, little bit of a tricky transition here. 1, keep the left hand grounded where it is. Tuck the left toes, then step the right foot onto the left for a side plank. Left hand down, right hand high. I'll give you a second to get into position. It's always an option to drop to a knee in your side plank, or you can drop to your left forearm. Wherever you are, hold here for 5. Draw your hips high. 4. Maybe you want to take big toe hold, catching the right big toe with the right index and middle finger. 3. We have another tricky transition coming up. 2. Stay where you are. If you've got that toe hold, you're in a good position. If you don't have that toe hold, that's okay. Just grab onto the calf or the shin of that foot and help guide your right foot back toward the top of the mat, coming back into splits pose. Take a full inhale in splits pose, shoulders over hips. And then as you're ready, begin to walk yourself forward, fold down into the posture for 5. Again, think about rolling both inner thighs toward the ceiling. 4. Use your abdominals to pull you deeper. 3. Relax shoulders. 2. And 1. Go ahead and slide back up into your kneeling crescent position. And as you're ready, we will all make our way back through chaturanga to our down dog. Take a full inhale in down dog and a full exhale in down dog, setting up for the other side. Go ahead and step your left foot forward between your hands, and then as you exhale, drop down onto your right knee. This time, make sure your right foot is far enough behind you that your left knee can stay over your left foot. When you're in a comfortable position, whether that means doubling up the mat under the right knee or bringing a mat towel or blanket under that knee, go ahead and lift the arms overhead for 5. Think right hip forward, left hip back. 4, find a rolling under of the hips to really get into your hip flexor. 3, find a lifting up rather than a sinking down. 2, and 1. Exhale the hands to the mat, plant the right hand next to the left foot. Sweep the left arm long beside you, parallel to the long edge of the mat. You can stay here, or you can kick your right heel into your right glute and grab onto the inner or outer arch of that foot. For a quad stretch, hold here for 5. Remember that left knee wants to move to the left, but don't let it. Keep that left knee over the ankle. 4. Breathe full, audible breaths. 3. Think about kicking the foot into the hand. 2. And 1. Exhale, gently release, unwind, come back to center. And then as you're ready, begin to rock your hips over your right knee this time. Remember, try not to sink your hips too far back. Instead, to straighten your left leg, slide the left heel forward. Inhale the chest high here, and then exhale the chest toward the shin for a half splits pose. Option to bring blocks under your hands. Stay here for 3. For 2. And 1. Option to stay in half splits or to try to sink all the way down into your full splits posture. If you're in full splits, remember, keep the hips over the shoulders for this section. For 5. Think about spinning both inner thighs toward the ceiling. 4. Engage the abdominals. 3. Shoulders away from ears. 2. 1. Ground the palms. Go ahead and slide yourself back up into that kneeling crescent position. And then as you're ready, toe heel the left foot out to the left side of the mat. Remember, your right knee stays down. Ground the right palm on a block or on the mat in front of your right knee. Then bring your left hand to your left inner thigh and gently press that left knee open for 5. This is our runner's lunge. 4. Breathe into the stretch. 3. Maybe gaze over left shoulder. 2. Here comes that tricky transition. 1. Tuck the right toes, ground the right palm, step the left foot back, side plank. Left hand is high, right hand is down. Again, option to drop onto your right knee or to come to your right forearm. Wherever you are, lift the hips and hold for 5. Option for big toe hold. 4. Breathe full. 3. We've got that other transition coming up. 2. 1. Wherever you are, take a hold of the left leg somewhere and guide it toward the top of the mat, coming into splits pose for the second time on this side. Again, square up hips and shoulders, sit up tall, and then exhale, fold forward into the stretch for 5. Find length. 4. Feel like your limbs are being pulled in opposite directions. 3. Inner thighs to the sky. 2. And 1. Ground the palms, walk yourself back upright, then slide your way back up to that kneeling crescent lunge. And we'll all make our way through chaturanga to down dog. Take a full inhale in down dog and a full exhale. Then go ahead and inhale, roll forward, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga to your belly. Plant your palms underneath your shoulders here. Squeeze the elbows in. And then on an inhale, lift up the head, neck, and chest for baby cobra. For 5, ground all 10 toenails. 4, squeeze the inner thighs together. 3, think about lifting the quads. 2, 1, exhale, lower down. Extend the arms long beside you, palms face up. Prepare for Shalabhasana locust pose. Option to keep your arms where they are or to clasp the hands behind the low back. On your next inhale, lift up arms, legs, head, neck, and chest for 5. Gaze long in front of you. 4. Lift the triceps higher. 3. Peel open through the collarbones. 2. 1. Exhale, lower down. Dhanurasana, bow pose. Option to take another Shalabhasana or to kick your heels into your glutes. Reach around and grab for the outer edges of the feet. Then on an inhale, lift on up for 5. Try to draw your knees as high as your shoulders. 4. Your toes should be touching. Eventually the knees touch. 3. Don't let the knees splay open. 3. Option to take a blanket under you in this position for extra support under those hips. 2. Breathe up high in the chest. Try to avoid rocking. 1. Exhale, lower down. Plant the palms under the shoulders, and as you're ready, press on up to a kneeling position. Come through tabletop, and then standing on your knees, with a fist with the space between your knees, peek down and make sure the ankles are behind the knees. Ground all 10 toenails in the mat. Then go ahead and bring your hands behind your low back, like your fingertips are pointing back into your jean pockets. Squeeze the elbows in tightly behind you. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, push the hips forward. Again, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, push the hips forward. Option to drop all the way back into full camel pose or to stay here for 5. Breathe full. 4. If you're in full camel, option to extend your right arm overhead. Exhale, release. Then extend your left arm overhead. Exhale, release. Inhale, the chest rises first, then the head rises. Come to standing on your knees. Then exhale, ground the palms and step or jump your way through to a seated posture. Bring your hands beside your hips, legs out long in front of you. Squeeze the legs together, engage the quads. Squeeze the ankles together. Flex the feet so much that the heels lift. Press the palms into the mat to lift the chest. Take an exhale to dip the chin toward the chest for Dandasana for 5. Sit up taller, 4. Breathe fuller, 3. 2. 1. Inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold for 5. With your inhales, find length. With your exhales, draw your forehead toward your shins. 4. Relax shoulders. 3. Release any tension in your forehead. 2. 1. Inhale to look up, lengthen. Exhale, release. Go ahead and bring the sole of your right foot into your left inner thigh for Janushriasana. Square up over the left leg. Then inhale the arms overhead and exhale to catch the shin, ankle, or foot for 5. Draw the right knee down. 4. Find length. 3. Right shoulder in line with left. 2. 1. Inhale, lift up, lengthen. Exhale, release. Extend the right leg long. Bring the left sole of the foot into the right inner thigh. Square up over that right leg for Janushriasana on the other side. Inhale the arms overhead, and then exhale to catch the shin, ankle, or foot for 5. Breathe full. 4. Breathe fuller. 3. Relax your neck. 2. 1. Inhale to look up, lengthen. Exhale, release. Go ahead and roll down onto your back. We're coming into an inversion practice here. Option to take legs up a wall pose by actually pushing your glutes up directly next to a wall and sending your heels to the sky. Option to bring your hips onto a block and relax your head, neck, and chest as you send your legs long. Or option to come into shoulder stand. Squeeze the elbows in tight beside you. Roll the hips up over the face as you plant the hands on the low back. Press the hands deeply into your back as you press your back into your hands. Then begin to straighten the legs, bringing the heels directly over the hips and the hips directly over the shoulders. Find one line of energy. Squeeze the inner thighs together. For 5, think about rotating the inner thighs to the wall out behind you. 4, keep breathing. 3, 2, 1. Drop the feet beyond the head, plow pose. Keep the hands on the low back unless the toes touch. For 5. Breathe full. 4. Create space between chin and chest. 3. Energy through the legs, straight legs here. 2. 1. Exhale, soften the knees, ear pressure pose. Clamp the knees on the outside of the face and hold here for 3. For 2. And 1. If you'd like to be done now, you can. Go ahead and find a heart bench by placing the long edge of a block or maybe a rolled up towel under your shoulder blades. Then relaxing your head, neck, and chest over that block until the crown of your head touches the mat and extending the legs out long. If your head doesn't touch the mat, you can place another block or towel under your head and relax here. Find an opening through the chest. If you'd like to follow along with me and come through a headstand practice, you're welcome to do so now. Just come up to your hands and knees in your tabletop position to set up. We're going to clasp our fingers together here. And something that I like to do when I'm doing a headstand is to flush my pinkies together so that neither one can roll over the other. This will prevent you from hurting your hands while you're in your headstand. Once your fingers are clasped together, go ahead and plant your forearms down on the mat. Take a look at where your elbows are. Make sure they're under your shoulders, not too wide and not too narrow. Then you're going to place the crown of your head between your wrists here so that you're cradling the back of your head with your hands. On an inhale, pike your hips up as if you're going into down dog. Go ahead and walk the toes as close to the face as you can. You can stay here and work in this position. You can lift one knee into your chest, then extend it back out, touching the toes down, and extend the other knee up in the air, bending the knee into the chest. And then lengthen it out and place it back on the mat. If you think you'd like to try balancing, you can bring your right knee into your chest. Then gently bring the left knee into the chest. When both knees are bent, the weight's on the front side of your body, so there's less of a chance of you falling backwards. This is a safe place to start if you're just beginning to get your balance. If you'd like to try extending up, first make your thighs parallel to the mat by extending your heels toward the sky. Then engage your abdominals and lift your heels up over your hips. Once you're in the air, there's a lot of different things you can do. You could come into an eagle legs on one side, and then the other. You can Bring your legs out wide, like a straddle position. You can lower your legs halfway, and you can lift them back up. Wherever you are, go ahead and exit the way you came, slowly lowering your heels down, maybe bringing the knees into the chest first. And we will all meet on our backs for Savasana, final rest. Slowly begin to bring movement back into fingers and toes. Maybe draw circles with ankles and wrists. Reawaken the limbs. Reawaken the breath. When you're ready, stretch your arms long overhead to the wall behind you. Stretch your toes down long in front. Inhale here, and then exhale to your favorite side. The right side tends to be more restful, the left side more energizing. Take a moment to thank yourself for coming to class today, for sticking it out, for finding peace and relaxation in your savasana, and for finding length in the postures. When you're ready, with as little effort as possible, and with eyes still closed, rock yourself up to a comfortable seat facing the front of the room. We'll inhale the hands to heart center, and exhale to find a tuck of the chin. Inhale, shoulders rise. Exhale, roll them back down and away. I leave you with the Mangala mantra, Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May beings everywhere be happy and be free. We bring our thumbs to third eye center, our seat of intuition, and bow forward to say,